Tim here from Before You Bet with episode 9 of the Swoopers, the DFR Racing Show. We are taking a look at all of the horse racing action in Australia on Saturday, November 9th, which is the final day of the Melbourne Cup Carnival at Flemington. It is Group 1 McKinnon Stakes Day, of course, also featuring the Group 1 Darley Sprint Classic. Now, I'm looking forward to some sleep at the end of what's been a very long week, but what I'm looking forward to more is getting involved in some of the Sport Champs tournaments, as always, and we have our regular tournaments available for you to get involved in on McKinnon Stakes Day. We've got a couple of $10,000 tournaments. Those are for $50 buy-ins. You've got a choice of no rebuy or one rebuy, and those are exclusive to Flemington and Rosehill only. We've also got a couple of $5,000 tournaments there for all the metropolitan tracks in Australia. It's a $20 buy-in. Again, you get the choice of no rebuys or one rebuys with those. We've got a $2,000 tournament for a $5 buy-in, again for the metropolitan tracks, and again a choice of no rebuy or three rebuys with those ones. And best of all, we have twisted the arm of Sport Champs to offer up a high roller tournament, especially for McKinnon Stakes Day. It is a $200 entry. It's a special high roller tournament, $200 entry with a maximum of 10 rebuys. So you can throw your 200 in if you're a little bit richer or you want to play for a little bit more cash. Then make sure you get involved because you've got 10 rebuys. If you get a small group of people involved, there's going to be plenty of cash available for McKinnon Stakes Day with a special tournament. So give it a crack. Head over to Sport Champs and make sure you get your selections in. Now, let's speak about the selections from the DFR team. As always, we're going to try and help you out with a few winners throughout the day. You can jump onto the DFR website and check out our Swoopers article to find all of the selections from our team. Let's get started. My selections for the day, and my best bet of the day comes up at Flemington in race number 4, the Queen Elizabeth Stakes over 2,600 metres. It's the favourite, number 5, True Self. Now, this horse had its first start in Australia in the Geelong Cup a couple of weeks ago. It ran second to Prince of Arran. Prince of Arran then came out and was second in the Melbourne Cup on Tuesday. This horse has had 5 starts, second up from a spell. It's never finished out of the top 2. Champion UK jockey Ryan Moore jumps aboard for Willie Mullins. And if any rain does arrive as predicted, then it's going to be very, very hard to beat. That's race number 4, horse number 5, True Self. It's the $2.10 favourite. My best value bet of the day at Flemington comes up in race number 1. I'm going to be throwing out a Hail Mary early in the day with number 10, Plot the Course at $26. This horse is third up from a spell. He's had 6 starts when third up for 2 wins and 3 second placings. And I think if he runs up to his best form that he's shown previously third up, then he's going to be very competitive in what looks an open race to start the day. My tip in the McKinnon Stakes, which is race number 8, the Group 1 feature of the day, is number 8, Kingswell Dream. He comes out of the Cox Plate a couple of weeks ago at Moonee Valley, and we've seen that form hold up over the last few years with horses dropping out of the Cox Plate to then running the McKinnon on the final day of the carnival. He's one of the horses that does that. James McDonald jumps aboard. He's got a very good record at Flemington with 6 starts, 3 wins and 2 placings. He was a Group 1 winner here 2 starts ago before running in the Cox Plate. And I think $11 is a little bit of value. That's race number 8, horse number 8, Kingswell Dream. We'll get into Stu Brown's tips, and his favourite pick of the day, his best bet, comes up in race number 6 at Flemington. It's horse number 13, Girl Tuesday at $5.50. Trained by Chris Waller, ridden by Nashra Willer. She was 4th at Moonee Valley last start, where she finished off the race very well. She gets onto a big, spacious track at Flemington today, which is going to suit a horse like her significantly more than something like Moonee Valley, and she looks very hard to beat. Race number 6, horse 13, Girl Tuesday. Stu's best value bet of the day comes up in race number 7 straight after. He's with horse number 3, Admiral's Joker. He's won his last 3 starts. This horse, he was a last start winner of the Sale Cup. He looks to find a very winnable race once again. He's in flying form, and he is nominated for harder races throughout the carnival. But he gets a start here, and he looks very hard to beat at around $5.50. Stu's tip in the McKinnon Stakes, again, race number 8. He's with the favourite, number 15, Melody Bell. The Kiwi mare, she's a 10-time Group 1 winner. She was a dominant winner of the Group 1 Empire Rose Stakes last Saturday on Derby Day. And if she brings that kind of form and gets her wet track like it looks like she will, she looks very hard to beat stepping up to the 2,000 metres. She will be aiming for her 11th Group 1 in her career, which is quite amazing. Let's go to the Corey selections. His best bet of the day is over in Sydney at Rosehill in race number 7. It's horse 13, Vinakunka at $9. So Corey's gone for a little bit of value as his best bet of the day. This filly was very well backed first up from a spell in Melbourne. She was something like $7 into $4. She ran well without winning. She'd probably be much better suited with that run under the belt. Under the conditions of the race, she carries 53 kilos, which is significantly less than everything else. And Corey thinks that's going to be enough to see her over the line. It's race 7 at Rosehill, number 13, Vinakunka. His best value bet of the day comes in Melbourne, race number 4, again, the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, and he's with number 1 Red Cardinal. He ran well last start. He's had 2 starts back from a spell now, third up from a spell. He'll strip fitter and looks to find a suitable race. That's race 4, number 1 Red Cardinal at $11. Corey's tipping the McKinnon Stakes. He's gone for a lot of value here in the form of number 2 Galo Shop. He's a $35 chance at the moment. He goes very well on wet ground. There looks like there's a stack of rain predicted throughout the day at Flemington, and this horse absolutely swims in the wet. He's been, mixing his form a little bit this preparation, but he does drop back in grade a little bit here, I think, and he looks a very good chance at $35, according to Corey, if you're looking for a blowout chance in the McKinnon. Let's get on to Big Hef's tips to round out the selections from the team, and his best bet of the day comes up in race number 5. It's the Group 1 Daily Sprint Classic. He's with the favourite number 1 Santa Ana Lane at $2.50. Of course, he ran second in the Everest last start. There was a case to be made that he was a little bit unlucky on that occasion. Third up from a spell, down the Flemington Straight. He's proven in both of those. The wet ground will be no problem for him, you'd think. He was dominant in the TJ Smith Stakes in Sydney last preparation on soft ground, so if there is a little bit of rain, it won't bother him too much, and he does look the class runner in the field. That's race number 5, horse number 1, Santa Ana Lane at $2.50. Hef's value selection of the day, race number 6. He's with Girl Tuesday. Of course, we've already gone through her chances earlier. And Hef's selection in the McKinnon Stakes is race number 8 at Flemington, number 11, 50 Stars. He's a $15 chance. He ran second in the Kennedy Cantala Stakes last Saturday. That form is another race that typically holds up well when they back up into the McKinnon Stakes. And Hef thinks he can get the money at double-figure odds. It's going to be another huge day of racing to round out what's been an enormous week of racing. Get onto the DFR website, check out the Swoopers article, find all the selections from the team, and make sure you get involved in all of the Sport Champs tournaments this weekend. I'll be covering everything over at Before You Bet. You can find me on Twitter at Tim_tips. Thanks for joining us this week, and we'll be back to do it next weekend for Zipping Classic Day at Sandown.